Have you ever wondered what live streaming is and how you can use it to your advantage as a small business online? Well, this is definitely the video for you. Hey, I'm Coach Molle from the Visibility Hacking Movement, and I help small businesses grow their visibility online with great, simple tactics and strategies that are easy to implement because, hey, running a business is hard enough. Getting new customers shouldn't be a struggle. And in today's video, we're discussing how you and your small business can leverage the power of live streaming. So why don't we start with a discussion of what live streaming actually means. Live streaming is the technology that enables us to watch, create, and share content in real time. We can sit at our desks or in our offices, create content in real time, and engage with our students, our customers, our followers in real time, regardless of where they are in the world. And that is a fabulous technology that we can leverage and we can utilize for our businesses as well. We're going to start this video by talking about the live streaming that we already do. Then we'll push beyond video calls and I'm going to show you some examples of live streaming for businesses. By the end of this video, you will be so ready to start streaming that we'll show you how to get started. So for this and more, stay tuned. So let's start out by talking about the live streaming that we already do. Have you ever had a Zoom call or a Microsoft Team meeting, a FaceTime call even? These are both examples of streaming. Remember at the beginning we talked about how streaming is just a way of creating content and delivering it in the same time, in real time. And so that's the same thing as having a Zoom call, for example. You're compiling both the audio from your microphone and the video from your camera and any funky cool graphics that you want to add in as well. You're compiling all those together, which creates a really big file. A really large amount of information will need to be sent from your device to the device of the person who's on the other end of that call. And so what happens from a technological, super geeky perspective is pretty much, the easiest way to explain it is kind of like you take a big piece of paper and you cover a wall with it, and then you create something beautiful, a beautiful piece of art. That's your stream. That's your picture and your video and your graphics and your sound, all that stuff compiled together, and you make this beautiful mural. But then you have to transfer that mural to the other side of the world. So the way that you're going to do that is by chopping it up into smaller pieces, and as those pieces are chopped up, the delivery trucks come and they just start heading out to the person who's going to receive that mural on the other end. Then on the other end where the receiver is, they're going to unpack each and every one of those pieces of your mural and put them back up in order, therefore recreating your beautiful piece from the other side of the world. And that is how live streaming works. This is exactly the same thing that is happening when we are in our Zoom meetings, our team meetings, our FaceTime meetings, etc. And it's also what's happening with our longer form live streamed content, similar to our Twitch channels where we have gamers and streamers creating great longer form content that's actually curated not just for one person on the other end of a phone call or a group of people on the other end of a team meeting, but instead to be distributed widely across the internet. And because we're able to create content like that, we like to call these connection machines, we're able to find and attract our ideal customers. So from a business perspective, using live streaming is a no-brainer. It's an absolute yes. And another absolute no-brainer of an action for you and your small business to take is to hit the subscribe button and join us here on the Visibility Hacking channel. New videos for you every single week. And we're not going to just talk about live streaming. We're going to talk about everything you need to know about building your brand, your visibility, establishing your influence, your authority, and ultimately building that conversion rate, moving your ideal customers from casual followers into raving fans. So hit the subscribe button, join us here. Cannot wait to see you along for the ride. So I briefly touched on how we can use the power of live streaming to find our ideal clients, to find our ideal customers. And we do this by sharing what we are passionate about, sharing the solutions that our programs and our products create for our customers. We can leverage testimonials, we can leverage case studies, we can leverage all of that social proof that we have, and we just do it in a just-in-time type of delivery. Fabulous. Now here are 3 great ways that you can use live streaming for your business. And I mean beyond just the Zoom meetings and the video calls with your team. First, Facebook Live tutorials. So many social platforms are currently really pushing video content. So if you want your content to be seen by people, you want to create content that the algorithm is really wanting to serve up to your audience. So creating these video tutorials live with your people is a fantastic way of not only serving great value, therefore establishing you and your authority, but also of building that community, attracting those ideal customers, and establishing you as the expert, the go-to expert in your field. Fabulous. So create a Facebook group, bring people into it, share that event, and get people to join your Facebook Live. This way you can engage with them in the questions and you can really serve up great value for your people. Fabulous way of practicing a new program or a new piece of content and getting immediate feedback from your audience. Second really great way you can use live streaming is to create a conference or a summit. You can do this in audio or you can do this in video, and I know how powerful these are. I have not only organized about 5 or 6 of these great kinds of online summits and conferences, but I've also attended more than I can count, and I have spoken on the stages of more than my hands and toes can count at this point. And I absolutely love it because it's a fantastic way of seeing your community in one space. Just like we talked about, also getting that immediate feedback from your audience and also introducing you and positioning you as the expert within a group of other experts. So if you want to know more about building summits and conferences and stuff, let me know down in the comments. Happy to create more resources to help you out with that stuff. And the third really great way that you can use live streaming in your business, specifically if you have a small business, is to look at the example of one of my favorite online creators. So this is a place called Calgary Barbell. They're a powerlifting gym in Canada, in Calgary, and man, oh man, have they really figured out how to utilize live streaming in a way that builds their brand. So what they do is they have a regularly occurring show, a piece of content that they do on a regular weekly basis, where they're able to get their followers to submit content. So they're a weightlifting, powerlifting gym, right? So their viewers and their followers, their clients, etc., will send in videos of their technique. And the entire show is based on the head coaches of the Calgary Barbell programs giving great critique for their viewers. Fabulous. It serves your paying audience, those who are the ones submitting the content, but it's also great content for those who are coming into your world. It really establishes you as an authority. So whether you are a powerlifting gym yourself or you do something completely different, think about how you can create shows like that, how you can create regularly occurring content that fits within a format that helps establish your authority. And well, I love giving you guys solutions to problems, so if I just opened up a problem for you, that is a lot to think about, well, join us over in the Visibility Hacking group and we will show you how to build that custom show, that custom connection machine, specifically designed for you and your business and your audience and your movement and the impact that you want to make in the world around you. So head over to visibilityhacking.com, join us over there. We'd love to see you, but before that, why don't you make sure that you let us know more about you and how you could use live streaming down in the comments. But we got more to talk about. So you're ready. You're ready to start your live streaming experience. You have already headed over to visibilityhacking.com. You've joined our Facebook group and you're getting all of that great information. You have also already scheduled 8 p.m. Eastern Friday nights into your calendar for the foreseeable future so that you can leverage the power of the visibility hacking coaches to build your brand's visibility. So now I want to dive in to 3 different things that you need to know before you do your very first stream. I want you to be highly successful the moment you launch. So here are my tips for you. Tip number 1 is to keep your setup simple. You can always make it more complex. You can always add to it later on. But in order to feel that great success, I want you to keep it simple. As simple as even just streaming directly from your mobile device, or just compiling your video and your audio without any fancy graphics or motion backgrounds or transitions or blurs or any of that. I want you to keep it simple because every week you can always add something new. You can always try out something new. But right now, I want you to keep it as simple as you possibly can. Start out simple and then evolve. There's a psychological reason behind this as well. When you're presenting to your audience, you want your brand to appear as if it's growing, not as if it's declining. So a decline would be you start out with something big and complex and crazy, something beautiful that just wows everyone, but then it crashes and you're unable to sustain that. Same example is if you start out with a show that you do 7 days a week and you realize you can't sustain that and you drop down to once a week. The appearance to your audience is that your brand is in decline. If on the other hand, you started with once a week, knowing that you're fully capable of doing 3 shows a week, but then you slowly grow to 2 shows and grow to 3 shows as your audience grows, they then become part of that journey of growth, and your brand is always going to be perceived as growing if you're keeping that kind of trajectory. Now, the second thing you have to keep in mind before you stream your very first stream is to make sure that you have your outcome in mind. Know what you want out of that piece of content. This will stop you from just popping in to say hello. We see so many people creating regular content or regular live content, they call it, but really they're just popping in to say hello. They really don't have anything meaningful. They're really not starting their content with an outcome in mind. So think about what yours is. What is your call to action at the moment with your brand? Are you pushing them towards an opt-in funnel specifically with a lead magnet that's really going to tie back to the content of your show? What is that call to action? Are you trying to get people to register for an upcoming live event that you're hosting? Are you trying to get people to fill out an application? What are you trying to get your people to do and to know when you're creating your episode? So always go in with a plan in mind. And tip number 3, if you are going to forget everything else that you have heard in this video today, I want you to remember this tip. It's to be yourself. Do not try and put on someone else's persona. Don't try and recreate what other people are already doing. Be uniquely you. And I know that sounds super, super cheesy, but I mean it. Your personality, what gets you excited, what you like to nerd out about, the intersection that your identity exists at. And I mean this, like if you're really into ice fishing and tech, for example, there is a beautiful place where you can be a super geared up ice fisher and other people are really going to watch that content. They're really going to be into that. So find where your intersection is. Find where that unique position for you is. Bring out your personality. Turn your live content into your safe place where you can just be you. You can just hang out with your people and you can create the space that you've always wanted to exist in the world. I know. Okay. Sounds super cheesy. So let's go back to what I mentioned before. If you want help building your stage, building your connection machine, creating these live experiences that connect you to new customers and nurture and support those who are already in your ecosystem, then head over to visibilityhacking.com. click the link that says become a visibility hacker and join us in our free Facebook group. There is tons of information in there, great programs, great shows, and you get access to the visibility hacking coaches every Friday during Friday Night Live, and it's so much fun. So my friends, I will see you over in our Facebook group. Until then, check out these videos. I hope you enjoy them. Remember, I love you. Be excellent to each other and go find your people. They're out there waiting.